Millennials have PTSD from Trump's election. They are so sad-sacked, they can't even. And that includes voting in this election. Another election is upon us, and we better all be careful because we might hurt the millennials' feelings. In honor of the upcoming 2018 midterm elections, let's remember the 2016 election, which apparently gave millennials PTSD. No, not STD, but PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I know my generation well enough to know they might get that confused. According to a study released by San Francisco State University, 25% of the 769 millennials at Arizona State University surveyed in January and February of 2017 reported symptoms of PTSD because Donald Trump won the presidential election. 1 out of every 4, quote, met criteria for clinically significant symptoms related to the election. The high level of event-related stress are predictive of future distress and subsequent PTSD diagnoses. Not at all surprising, women, Democrats, minorities, and non-Christians reported significantly higher levels of stress in the study. And so,
I literally am gonna die. I need an ambulance. Donald Trump is worse than Hitler.
Clearly, the election of Donald Trump has had a profound effect on these millennials' lives. Since then, I really hope they've put on their Snuggies, had some avocado toast, washed down with a little soy latte, and took a nice long nap after all the stress they've been under. They deserve it.
Treat yourself.
It's the best day of the year.
The best day of the year!
I'm just glad they have each other. These past 2 years, we have seen how the millennials have banded together to fight the system, fight the patriarchy, fight white supremacy, fight whatever the current slogan is that we're scripted to fight. And they do it with all their might. Please consider that my version of the hey, hey, ho, ho chant. They're fighting with all their might, but not like actual soldiers who actually go to war and actually get PTSD. Twitter is the battlefield of a millennial. Or they will take it to the streets that have been shut down preemptively, or to the classroom where their safe spaces await them. But will they take it to the ballot box? We know who wants them to do so, but the youngins have notoriously been underwhelming in their turnout, and millennials have good excuses for why they won't show up. It's simply too hard. Like poor Andy, still heartbroken over 2016, not ready to get into another relationship with a candidate yet. Can't believe you would mention voting to me. Or Emily, I'm not voting because I had a very convincing dream that I voted, and when I woke up, I was like, seriously? Are you kidding me? I have to do all this again? And it was just too much, you know? Oh, and poor Ina. Look, I believe that it's better to be an informed non-voter than an uninformed voter. I am going to let all the voters be the ones who are uninformed, and I, who have taken the time to learn about the issues, am going to sit it out. And finally, but certainly not least, Jocelyn, 27, who found it easier to get a medical marijuana card than to register to vote. Without a driver's license, she has to register in person to vote, but that was simply too much stress. And she couldn't mail in the ballot because she didn't have stamps. With a sad bunch of excuses from the disenfranchised, it's no wonder the Democrats are trying to make voting as easy as possible for the millennials. That's why we see the universities stepping in to register basically anyone who wants to vote, even the Chinese students.
I got a voter identification card right here.
You are not a U.S. citizen.
No, not at all. I'm on student visa.
Not quite Russian interference, but certainly illegal. All the student had to do was print off a form saying he is enrolled at the University of Wisconsin-Madison and then claim his voter ID card, which he did. But he said he didn't intend to vote, much like his peers. But I'm here to give my comrades a bit of encouragement and to know that we are not alone. Every generation has had issues. Those boomers had their excuses too.
There is no choice. My only choice is not to vote at all. Democracy is horrible, absolutely horrible.
And those Gen Xers have always been preoccupied.
Bueller.
Let's be better, fellow millennials, and cast that vote, even if things seem to get in your way, because you know what?
Every vote counts.
Even if you feel knocked down, disillusioned, and weary from the election antics, you still make your voice known. Don't let a stamp or anxiety stop you from casting that ballot. And certainly don't let Donald Trump stop you. because he's not even up for re-election. You can think about that for the next 2 years. And if nothing else entices you, vote, because then you too will earn that precious participation sticker. Until next time, vote and stay healthy, America.